So, Phil recruited me to sell these cards, and now I am recruiting you.
Who is this guy again?
Don't worry about Phil. He drives a Corvette. He is doing just fine.
Hello? Can you guys hear me? I noticed at the last second the wrong sound input was rolling. Aaron says, I'm ready to get rich before Christmas. Me too. Hello, everyone. Welcome. If I look really tired, it's because I'm still sick. Do I sound sick? Probably. We're here. We're ready. Hello, I got me. I got the baby Bubba's who just finished eating. Oh, so yummy. Bubba says, hello. Happy holidays, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? I have no idea what we're gonna do today, but we're gonna figure it out together. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Marie, Monica, Aaron is here. Holly is here. I'm live for once. Welcome. Happy to have you here. We are ready. Okay, gonna get things rolling. I have my sparkling water, of course. President's Choice recently did a rebrand. Love it. I love the new cans. This is the cranberry ginger ale flavored sparkling water. So good. Cracking a cold one with the boys. The boys being Bubba. Okay. I got all my liquids on deck. Hopefully my voice holds out. Are we rich yet? Not yet, but we're going to be. So, as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, this is officially our last live stream of 2024. Mostly because I'm going to go ghost for a few days. I might pop on, do a little secret live stream at some point, but this is the last scheduled piece of content I have for this year. So, we're going to enjoy it while we can. Welcome, Rodney. Happy to have you here. I don't exactly have a plan for what we're going to do today. I was thinking maybe we could listen to a podcast, but I wanted to see what everyone else was thinking. Basically, first of all, backtrack it. I want to thank everyone who took the time to watch the 12 Days of Coachmas, whether you watched every video, some of the videos, whatever it was. I appreciate the support. In saying that, one of the videos I did, obviously, was an update on the Life Coach School. I was wondering if people wanted to listen to the podcast episode that Brooke did in relation to, like, what's happening with the Life Coach School. I didn't include it in that video because I thought maybe we could do it together on live, but I kind of wanted to see what the vibe was. I obviously have a bank of content, thanks to you guys, that we could also go through and see what's good in there. But figured we would kind of see what everyone else is thinking. Thank you so much. Suzanne says, it was gold, even better than last year. Monica says, 12 Days of Coachmas rules. I really appreciated Lori, if you're watching the replay. I appreciate your song parodies every day in the comments. That was much appreciated. Rosie, Path of Stone says, yeah, let's do it together. Let's suffer together. Okay. So I think that's what we'll go ahead and do. I'm just going to pull it up on the screen, or I actually have to like get the episode first. But I figured that's a good place to start. I believe the episode's only 30 or 40 minutes long. So once we listen to that, then maybe we can also do something else after the fact. Just find that episode. Amy says, I'm thinking we get a corgi wiggle butt segment. Thank you so much for the super chat. I will see if the corgi can make an appearance maybe in an hour or so. My partner's just on a business call right now, but when he finishes, I'll see if he can bring her into the room for a little cameo appearance. Congratulations. Marie says 12 months of membership. I'm finally a unicorn. Welcome to the club. Thank you all so much for your continued support. I really do appreciate it. I actually had the chance to meet up with another Canadian YouTuber a couple days ago. If anyone's familiar with Always Marco, he makes a lot of anti-MLM content here on YouTube. Anyway, he happened to be visiting Vancouver, so we were able to meet up. And we were having a conversation about channel memberships. And so it really was making me think how appreciative I am of each of you who do contribute monthly to the channel, as it is part of the reason that makes it possible for me to spend so much time snarking on the internet. So I really, really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. And congratulations on 12 months of membership. Bubba is over it. Yeah, Bubba's already like, I am so done with this nonsense BS from these coaches. Exactly. Amy says, is your partner making millions on the business call? That's the scam, guys. I don't make any money, and I just have a super rich husband who's a millionaire. That's a joke for anyone that's going to cancel me for that comment. I wish. I wish the answer to this question was yes. Okay, Life Coach School podcast. Jesus, I hate how it just like auto plays. I'm trying to find the episode. This actually might be it. You think I would have been prepared, but I'm not. Okay, this is the episode. Okay, I got it rolling. I got to switch screens here, and I'm going to have to make some adjustments because last time we watched a much skinnier video. Okay, let me see what I have done. I just have to, is that better? Not quite. It's also on the wrong camera. So we love this. We're having a good time. Sorry if you're watching the replay, as always. Okay. Oh, God. This one. It's like it's my first time ever doing this. That's better. Okay, look at that. 4K, baby. Okay, I will move myself here. We will zoom into this. We will put Bubba back on the screen right over her face because he's so much cuter. And I'll also pull a chat up on the screen. Thank you so much for your patience, everyone. Please keep your rude comments to yourselves because my feelings will get hurt if you're mean to me. Okay, there's that. And can move this over here as well. Cool. Oh, okay, this is not going to work. Oh my God, guys, I'm so sorry. I'll make myself smaller maybe. Oh my God, if you could see what was happening on my screen right now, I feel like a boomer, like I've never used a computer in my life before. Okay, there we go. We're back. We're back in business, baby. No offense to the boomers in the comments, okay? Sorry about that. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, Aaron says, if you can't get a billionaire husband, maybe you just aren't trying hard enough. You know what? Maybe for my 2025 vision board planning session, I'm going to work on manifesting a billionaire husband. Because if you're not rich, you're poor. Getting a sugar daddy is a way to get rich. Yes, I'm going to put that on my 2025 vision plan. Find me a sugar daddy. It's like the videos of, I don't know if anyone spends enough time on TikTok, but back in like 2020, there was this trend of these people buying these like portable microphones, and they would drive through the parking lot of like yacht clubs and go, I'm looking for a sugar daddy. Anyone looking for a sugar baby? That's going to be me in 2025. My boyfriend's going to be like, what you doing, girl? Interesting for the life coach school to focus on life. I know you didn't see this coming. Very unexpected, but we're going to figure it out together. No boomers were harmed in the making of this podcast. Isn't that true? Okay, let's go ahead and get into the episode. You guys can let me know if you can hear it. I was messing around with my headphones before I got on here, so I wouldn't be surprised if the sound is not working, but you can let me know. Oh my God, where did we go? Why is my computer doing this? Okay.
Hey, just a quick note before we get started. If you go to the lifecoachschool.com/love, there's a video that we've put up there commemorating the last 8 years of Scholars. Underneath the video, we have a place where you can comment, or as we're calling it, sign our yearbook. If you've been a part of Scholars, if you've been a part of Get Coached, if you've been in there for the last 8 years or even just for 1 month, we would love to have you comment underneath the video and let us know any of your thoughts.
Can you guys hear that? I will just kind of catch some of you up to speed in case you didn't see the video I did. So during Coachmas, I did a video updating you on the Life Coach School, and essentially it was determined based on my anonymous source. I don't know this as a fact. I've never been a part of the Life Coach School. So you can save that comment for yourself. But this is just allegedly what I've heard through the grapevine, is that in 2025, the Life Coach School is no longer going to be providing live support for any Life School certified coaches or students. The Get Coached program, formerly known as Scholars, is no more. It ends this month. And any other kind of like live support is going to be done. So anyone who had access to the Life Coach School materials will continue to have access to the coaching course content. But otherwise, there's no live coaching or anything like that. So just a little bit of context before we listen to the rest of the episode. Suzanne says we can hear it, but it's very loud. So I will adjust the sound a little bit. I see the system audio is at max, so hopefully that will fix it a little bit. And thank you so much, Amy. Amy says my Beagle Betty is going to call the ASPCA on me because I'm not super rich buying her Gucci colors, driving her in a Bentley, and living in a mansion. What an unfortunately hard life that dog has to live, it sounds like. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. Okay, let's go ahead and give it a listen.
Give your successes, anything that you've done with the material or the coaching that you've received in there. I will read every single one of them. Okay, let's get started. You're listening to the Life Coach School podcast with Brooke Castillo, episode number 530.
Welcome to the Life Coach School podcast, where it's all about real clients, real problems, and real coaching. And now your host, Master Coach Instructor, Brooke Castillo.
Hey, my beautiful friends. Gosh, it's so crazy to be here at the end of this year. It has...
Okay, we're going to speed this up. You guys know me. I can't do it. I tried, but I can't. I can't do it.
It's been such an incredibly emotional past couple of months for me as Self-Coaching Scholars is coming to an end and Get Coached is coming to an end. And it's just been such a huge outpouring of love that I have received from my students and anyone who's been in Scholars that...
Suzanne says, I hate when they say I will read every single one, like it's a flex. I mean, if you ask me to respond, isn't it polite that you read it? Guys, just so you know, if you comment on my YouTube videos, I will read every single comment. I'm not going to reply to each of you because it's not worth my time, but I will make sure to read every single comment that you write. Okay? I hope that makes you feel special.
I wish for every human on the planet to experience this level of true humbled joy from having made a contribution to the world that has impacted so many people in such a positive way. It has just been like so emotional. It's like every night after I coach a call or get an email from one of you all who have been through this program, it is just mind-boggling the changes that you have all made in your lives from these tools. And most of you who come to me found me through the podcast. And so it is such an emotional moment for me to have this be the very last podcast that will be previously scheduled. I'm going to keep podcasting. I'm going to keep randomly posting here and sharing, but I will not be podcasting on a regular schedule anymore.
This is giving the same vibes as the Amanda Francis Vibe membership that we looked at maybe a month ago, where it's like, I'm going to be giving you daily-ish audios, aka whenever I feel like getting off my butt and recording something, you will receive something. But if I don't feel like it, you get nothing. And so moving forward, my podcast is going to be whenever the fuck I feel like it. And so if I don't feel like it, too bad for you. I get a podcast is a little bit different because it's free anyway, but I just find it funny when they don't want to commit to anything. It's just like, if I feel like it, maybe you'll get something.
I will not be required by myself to do a podcast every Thursday or every month, which is what I've been doing for the past 6 months. And that's mind-boggling to me. There were 10 and a half years in on the podcast and 8 years in on Scholars and Get Coached. And this is like the end of a chapter in my life and an end of a chapter for many of you in your lives, as you have told me that many of you have been listening and have listened to every single episode. So that's 530 episodes of us being together. It's really interesting. I met a friend here recently in San Diego, and it's amazing to me. Like, it's so fun to meet her, and she has worked for me for a while, but I've never met her in person. And I was telling her a little bit about my life because she's a new friend to me. And she laughed and said, just so you know, I've been in a relationship with you for a long time. You haven't been in a relationship directly with me. And I know that that's how so many of you feel. And I have felt that way with so many of my teachers and so many of the podcasts that I've listened to and so many of my mentors whom I've never met. I feel like I have a very intimate relationship with them. So
That's called a parasocial relationship. Okay, let's just call it what it is. Okay, and not try and make it sound like it's some incredible, amazing thing. It's actually, in many cases, especially in the context of like coaches coaching coaches, I think that a lot of them can exploit the parasocial relationship. Like, let's just imagine that those of you who watch my content, I'm going to make an assumption here. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But I assume that many of you, especially those of you that have been here a while, view me as a trustworthy source of information. Let's say I decide to leverage that trust that we've built, or that I've built of you and me, to then try and sell you something. Like, why are we pretending like it's this great thing? If we aren't careful, as someone who has a platform and has influence, if I'm not careful with how I utilize that influence, obviously I can use it to my advantage, right? Like, she is someone who's benefiting from these parasocial relationships, but to just like, some of you guys might feel like I'm your best friend, but I actually have no fucking idea who you are. Isn't that so cute? Like, what are you saying?
know for many of you, that's what it's been like. Like, we've been going on walks together every Thursday. We've been connected through all of your life's changes. Many of you have changed jobs and made unbelievable amounts of money and found true love and healed relationships and started businesses and become incredibly successful. So many of my students are now going to surpass me in what they're creating in this world. And it's just mind-boggling to think that this podcast has had such a huge part of that impact on the world. And so I've just been emotional about it. I've just felt like so much pride and so much love and so much accomplishment for the past 10 years of my life. And there's 10 years before that I was coaching, before I even had the podcast, before I even had all of the technology that we had through the membership and through Scholars, and the team that I had and the journey that I've been on has been amazing.
Okay, there's something else about this that makes me wildly uncomfortable to listen to her. And just to be clear, this is just my opinion based on conversations I've had with people. So I'm not stating this as fact by any means, simply things that have just been alleged to me. And the reason why listening to this makes me uncomfortable is a couple times now in the 5 minutes we've listened to, she's mentioned, the great impact she's had, how much positive impact she's had on people's lives, how positively she has helped people to change and progress their lives, etc. That's fine. And that might be true. For many people, they have had a positive experience with Brooke, with the life coach school, with the life coach school students. I'm not discrediting that. I've never discredited that. But what I find hard to listen to about this specifically is the fact that, unless I missed it, I have yet to ever see her address any negative comments, feedback, experiences that have been shared in regards to either Brooke directly or the life coach school or the life coach school coaches, allegedly. So if you go to Reddit and you type in life coach school scam, for example, you're going to come across multiple different Reddit feeds of people allegedly sharing their experiences that are perhaps not so positive. And they will explain ways in which their life has been negatively, psychologically, emotionally, financially impacted by their experience with the life coach school. And while two things can be true at the same time, I said this in the recent update video that I did, someone can have a really good experience, someone can have a bad experience. For her to never address the fact that people have not had a good experience, that people have in fact had a very bad experience, to me seems not very genuine. It seems kind of gross to just say, I'm so grateful that I have positively impacted so many people, and just pretend like you've never gotten any negative feedback ever. Knowing what I know, again, allegedly, based on stories that have been told to me, they have not been fact-checked per se, but I do believe people's experiences to be true. It doesn't sit well with me to try and like position herself up on this high horse of like, I am an amazing, great person who has positively impacted so many people, when she's also negatively impacted quite a few people as well. Those are just haters who are bitter. You know what? Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the answer. That's sarcasm, by the way. She doesn't address any feedback. Okay, you are at a lower volume than the podcast. I will turn myself up. Is that better? She should read what Reddit says about her before she gets carried away with her positive impact. That's all I'm saying. And like, you don't have to make it a big thing, but I have never once seen even an acknowledgement of someone might have had a bad experience. This is giving the same vibes as that Catherine Morrison lady that I did a stream on a while ago, who said she had 100% satisfaction rate, which is just not even possible for any business. I don't understand. Her solution is to close the certification program instead of doing the work to deliver what she sold us. Yeah, it's really awful. Their negative experience is obviously their broke mindset's fault. We already know what time it is. Yeah, it's really, really unfortunate. And it makes it really hard for me to listen to her, like pump up her own tires when I have been told a different story by multiple different people. So that's all I will say about that.
And it's very ironic to me. I happen to be right now in El Dorado Hills, California, and I am here to visit family for the holidays. And I'm staying at the hotel where I did my first live certification to 10 people. My very first live certification that I ever did was here, and I'm here right now. And I did one certification this year, but for all intents and purposes, I didn't really do what I have normally done for the past 15 years, which is train coaches. I did one in-person training at the very beginning of the year because I wanted to make sure that they had the whole year to get the benefit of the calls and the mastermind and the alumni benefits for at least a year of me live after they had that. So, but since then, I haven't done any live certification. So to come here is just incredible. And it's so crazy because this hotel, when we first started, it's the Holiday Inn Express, which we could never have an event here now because we have way too many people, but it was only 10 people when we first started. So it's a Holiday Inn Express, and the hotel is so old now. And it was brand new when we first started doing it. And I was laughing as I'm like, this hotel, I don't know that I'd ever do an event here now, just because the hotel is kind of older and not as pristine as it was. And everything's kind of grown up around this area. There wasn't a lot here when we first started. It's crazy because when I moved here, my kids, I think I didn't even have Connor yet. I just had Christian. We moved to this area into our house, and it's kind of fun to come back home and to see my friends that still live here and to see this area and just be nostalgic. Those of you who have followed in my journey, right, you know that I was here and then I moved to Texas from here. And I basically, the second half of my kids' lives through high school was in Texas, but a big majority of it was here. And this is where I started first doing the podcast and first doing certification. So I have come beautifully full circle. And I was walking around, there's like a little lake here, and I was walking around, or pond, I guess, walking around the little pond, just really thinking about how far we went from just 10 people to thousands of people that we were training and teaching. And now to have my son become this pro golfer and to have his dream, like he's just starting his dream, he's just starting his big career. It's just, there's so many just amazing moments that are happening in my life. And to be able to talk to everyone about their experience through the work that I've done has just been mind-boggling. Many of the questions.
Monica's asking, what's the point of this podcast? Her announcing she's closing the course? Yes. So I believe the point of this episode is to give an update on her life as a justification as to why she is closing the certification school, closing all live support, etc. She's going to let us know. So in order to tell us what she's up to, she has to brag about everything she's done up until now, is what I'm getting. Allegedly, in my opinion. That's quite some bragging. It's something, that's for sure. This comment says, I actually really learned a lot from Brooke and believed in her and trusted her at one point. So it's disappointing to see how all of this turned out. And I think that's the thing that a lot of people miss when they see me make this content is I am sure that there are many people whose lives have been positively impacted by the model, by Brooke's teachings. But to paint everything as Brooke is a saint or paint everything as Brooke is a terrible person, I don't think either of those statements are true. But I do think that there has been a lot of harm that has been caused that's not been addressed. But that's not to say that people don't have good things that they could take away from that experience at the same time. But for sure, context is important.
That I have received over the past couple months is what's going to happen? What are you going to do? How are we going to make it without you? And I don't know if I can't talk to you or be on the certification calls or be on the scholars calls or listen to the podcast. I don't know what I'm going to do. And I did record a podcast about this very topic, about moving from student to leader. And so many of you are so ready for that transition. And so many of you are just doing such magical things in this world.
Now, I did hear on Reddit, maybe some of you can verify this or not. I did read something about there are a handful of LCS certified coaches that are now trying to create their own version of Scholars and sell it to people. So everyone that was in, for those of you that aren't familiar, Scholars Get Coached is a monthly subscription service. I believe it's $300 a month for access to a library of materials and different monthly group coaching calls. But essentially, I believe what's happening now, because the school is closing, Scholars is closing, Get Coached is closing, people who have been trained under the life coach school are now trying to create their own version of that and recruit other former students into their programs now. If you can't have the life coach school, you can come to my program, whatever it's called. Has anyone actually seen that? Because I did see it on Reddit, but I'm curious if anyone has firsthand experience seeing it.
In the world of life coaching, and to watch you all kind of grow at the rates that you're growing and to build your businesses and to have the impact that you're having. To me, it just feels oh my God, it's in many ways, my students feel like my kids too. I've raised so many of my students who are now kind of going off into the world and doing just incredible, amazing things. So this is what's going to happen. For the next year, I am going to be selling classes that have already been recorded. I will be selling all of my legacy classes through the website. So for new people that are just finding me and want to take a course from me, for people who maybe haven't taken all the courses in Scholars and want to be able to access them individually, they will be for sale on my website for 1 year. And that will be the last year that they will be for sale on the website in their current form. So this is really the last opportunity in 2025 is really the last opportunity to access those classes. Over the next year, I will be traveling with Christian and attending every single golf round I can possibly attend. But I will also be working on a course. And I haven't wanted to talk about this course before in too much detail. And I'm not going to go into too much detail here, but the course is called Life. And I read this amazing book called Strength to Strength, and it was recommended by a friend. And in this book, it talks about how the human brain changes as we get older and how our ambition changes and our intelligence changes. And I would say that book and also the book Die with a Zero, those two books have had the biggest impact on me over the past, I would say, 3 years in helping me really transform my vision for my life for the second half of my life, which is magnificent. Those of you who are going through the change as we speak through your 50s, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Kind of being halfway through your life and having so many kind of chemical changes happening, but also so many emotional and intellectual changes happening. And one of the things that he talks about that is, I think, really impactful is the idea of different intelligences and how in our 20s, 30s, early 40s, we have a ton of what he calls fluid intelligence. And then as we get older, we move more into crystallized intelligence. And you can read his book to get like the full on details with all the references of where he gets this information. But the concept is super helpful, even if you don't want to analyze the science behind it. But the concept for me was like an aha moment.
Wait. Okay, so in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, but I know a few other people share this opinion with me. The model that is taught by the Life Coach School appears to be some sort of variation of CBT, or somebody in Reddit said it's also very similar to REBT or something. There's like another thing that's used in therapy. I'm familiar with CBT. That's what I've used with my therapist. To me, the model seems like a deviation of CBT. You think a thought, you think, why am I thinking this thought? You choose an alternative thought to think, and you carry on your life trying to think that new thought. I know that's not exactly it. It's a very oversimplified version. But it has always appeared to me, as someone who has been through therapy for many years, that the model mirrors what is taught in CBT. Now I'm listening to her say that she's going to launch an online course inspired by this book that she read. Are we not suspicious that this course called Life is just going to be whatever she learned in this book, packaged up with her own little fancy spin on it, a new title, the model, and she's going to claim it as her own? Speculating, but I'm skeptical. Just saying.
And what he talks about is how in your 20s and 30s, this fluid intelligence is really helping you in creating new ideas and new concepts. And if you have been with me a long time, you know that throughout this podcast, I have created new tools and new concepts and done a lot of super thinking and taken a lot of ideas from different sources and incorporated them with my own knowledge and made what we call idea babies and made new tools and new concepts. And as soon as I've come up with
Okay, so a new word for plagiarism is idea baby. I didn't copy his essay. I just had an idea baby based on what I read in his essay. Like, sorry, what?
these concepts, I've jumped on the podcast and I've created classes and I've taught them to you. That has been my career, is basically creating concepts, teaching concepts, applying concepts. And the way that I've done it personally is anytime I had a challenge or anytime I had something that I really wanted to change in my life is I would dive in and study it and learn as much as I could. And then I would apply it to my life and implement change and then create new tools for you to be able to implement that same change in your life. And it has been the perfect formula for me to be able to create a very successful life coaching practice that has influenced and contributed to so many people's lives. And I would say that about the time I turned 50, and it's so hard to say what the catalyst was. And I think reading this book just really helped me understand that it's part of an evolution of one's life to have these changes happen. So for me, a lot of things happened all at once, right? So I got a divorce from my husband of 20 years. My kids both went away to college and I moved, right? Because I moved out of my family's home right after my kids had moved out. And so there were so many things that changed. And all of a sudden I was single and living the most successful wave of my company, like insane, having so much more support in terms of employees and executives within my company and being able to deliver to so many more people and growing the business. There's so many things going on all at once that what I noticed was that my typical morning changed. And I used to, for as long as I can remember, I used to wake up in the morning and read for about an hour-ish. And then I would go on a walk and listen to an audiobook and come back from that walk and then journal and create and take notes and create concepts and create content. And I wrote several books and this podcast and several classes and several presentations based on that whole kind of process of inputs, creations, outputs, inputs, creations, outputs. And around 50 years old, I noticed that I wasn't reading as much. I had less interest in voraciously consuming material and creating. And I was spending a lot more time focusing on the ins and outs of my business and not focus so much on creating. And so at the time, I think I thought like, I need to get back to creating more because, I'm spending so much time focused on building my business. But my desire to do that had changed. And I didn't understand exactly what that was about until I read this book that really kind of explained it, that we switch from kind of this creation idea, fluid, intelligent production level to more of a crystallized intelligence, or the way that he describes it is more wisdom. And that just felt right to me. I was like, yes, that's exactly how I feel. And over this past year, as I have been teaching my students, I've been teaching money classes and business classes to my alumni, and I've been coaching them. I really wanted to put a lot of effort into them because I knew I wouldn't be doing another certification next year. So I put a lot of effort into them this year so they make sure we had a solid year of all this content. And then I was also the only one teaching in Scholars. So I have just been teaching like crazy. And the feedback that I've gotten and what I've heard and what I've felt is that my teaching has gotten so much better with every single year. And part of the reason is because of that crystallized intelligence, because now I have 20 years of my own references, of my own tools, of my thousands and thousands of hours of coaching people.
Isn't that just how experience works? Like if I were to, I can't really talk because I still have the same technological issues every time I stream. But if you look back at like my earliest YouTube videos, I talk like a robot and it sounds like shit. Versus now, I like to think that the quality has come a long way. Like as you do something over and over and over again, she's saying she's been doing this for 20 years. I would hope that you're getting better at it. That's how experience works. You start any job, you're going to not be very good compared to where you're going to be, presumably, in 20 years. Like, Exactly. The older you are, the greater knowledge base you have, but it's not like this is some kind of revolutionary idea. Why are we acting like this is new information? I read this book and they call it crystallized intelligence, guys. Experience, don't know her. Crystallized intelligence is what we're calling it when you do something over and over and over again and become good at it. That's what it's called, just in case you were wondering. Why? Why do we have to rename everything? Idea, baby, plagiarism. Crystallized intelligence, experience. Same, but different.
Now have that and own that as wisdom. It's not just fleeting intelligence. It's not just new concepts. It's not just new ideas. It's tried and true and practiced wisdom. I'm not just inventing a tool and teaching it to you and trying it out anymore. I've proven all those tools. We know that they work. We see the effect on them. We've measured them with all of our students, thousands and thousands of students that have gone through our programs. I mean, literally thousands. And that's just not thousands of people who I've talked to on the podcast. On the podcast, it's millions. Millions of you have listened, which is what? Millions of downloads. It's just wild to even think about. So I want to take all of my ideas now. This is what I want to spend the next year doing. I want to take all of my ideas in their current form. So that would include all of the podcasts, all of my lectures, all of my courses, all of my content and live events, all of it. And I want to create a course called Life. And I want to turn it into the lessons that adults need for their life. And I am so excited that all of my life's work has accumulated into this moment at the very same time that AI can be the tool that I need. Because AI can access all of my material and organize it in a way that will help me produce it into a legacy course, into the best course I've ever created, into my life's work on steroids, because now I can teach it in a way that's more impactful, that references every other piece of it. It takes it all that's now kind of separate and will put it in a cumulative lesson. Now, my certified coaches have received this material through our certification programs in a much more kind of cohesive linear program because they've all learned everything from beginning to end within a shorter period of time. But the rest of you have not had that course delivered in quite that same way. And so I want to take everything. I want to include all my certification knowledge that I've learned from certifying students and from what they've learned from building businesses and working with their students. I want to pull all that knowledge together and create the ultimate life course.
Okay, so this is from what I'm gathering, this is how I'm interpreting it. Please let me know if you interpret it differently. This new course is not going to be for people who have already done the life coach school certification. It's going to be for anyone who didn't want to become a life coach but wants to get better at life. That's who this course is for. So if I wasn't able to sell you my $20,000 certification, maybe you're interested in learning how to improve your life with my new online course, which is probably still going to cost you $5,000. I don't know that price. I just made it up, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah, and you did not just say you're going to use AI to do your work. Come by my $5,000 online course that I built using AI to scrape all of my existing podcast episodes and curate them into a course. Buy it now because the price is going up to $1 cajillion next week. Yeah, I'm going to start a YouTube membership called Billionaire and make it my idea, baby. Crystallized intelligence in action, folks. That's what we like to see. Yeah, certified coaches have the magic touch bestowed by me. You're welcome. Why don't all the certified coaches create their own course with the material they learned and make it their own course and teach the same thing with their idea babies that they got from getting their online certification? What a great idea. Exactly. ChatGPT, can you write me a course based on the material of Brooke Castillo? Oh my God. $77777. Buy it now and you can get it for $6666666. The certification is literally what's on the podcast, so she already did that. Oh no.
And I'm going to be delivering that course in 2026. And it will be the most epic course that I have ever created. It will be next level. But
okay, so this is starting to make a lot of sense because in that update video I did, there was a screenshot from a private Facebook group where a woman was like, she's going to be back with a course in 2026 and better than ever. And then someone replied being like, she never said she was going to do that. So I guess this is where she said she was going to do that. So I stand corrected from that video because I didn't listen to this podcast until now. So now we know. The more we know, right, folks? Okay.
I want to take an entire year to create that course. And I want to be able to take my time and I want to be able to work with curriculum experts. And I want to work with graphic artists and I want to work with curriculum organizers to make sure that the course is delivered in the easiest way to consume in the fastest way possible with the best exercises and assignments. So all of this work can be integrated in the fastest way possible. Now, for those of you who have been on this journey with me for 10 years and you've kind of created and learned along with me, there is some nostalgia and some beauty to that intimacy that we have. But I want you to think about new people that could get that same knowledge that we all got over the past 10 years, the past 20 years for some of us, that they could get it in 1 year. They could get all of the knowledge and all the application in 1 year. Even when we did the program in Scholars and we had 1 year to integrate everything, right? 1 year at the beginning of Scholars, 1 year program. Most of us did it another year, and another year, and another year.
Suzanne, what do you mean this is so boring? You don't want to just listen to her brag about herself for 30 minutes? That's so weird. I just thought this was the most interesting thing ever to listen to how great her life is and how amazing everything is and how she's so smart and has developed so many tools that she's able to make it into an online course. So maybe you should take your broke hater mindset attitude out of the live chat because I'm having a really good time.
But what if I could create it now at this level? So the impact after 1 year would be even greater. What if the impact after 1 year could be 10 times what it's been, 100 times what it has been? And that's what I'm excited about creating. I feel like I need to tap into my newfound skills, my newfound desires. I feel like with my fluid intelligence and with my ambition and with my desire to succeed and my 100 million goal and growing a business and growing my family and all of that energy, there was a sense of momentum to that was so exciting. That was so extraordinarily energizing. And there was a pace to it, a quickening to it. So I was able to create and deliver so much. Like my life's work is insane when you look at the amount of content that I have created over that.
Yeah, guys, this is me, Danielle Ryan speaking, and I just want to brag for a minute about how insane my YouTube channel is because I don't know if you've looked at my YouTube channel lately, but I have over 400 videos. So like, give me a pat on the back because I just have so much content and I just think everyone should recognize how incredible I am for creating that much content all the time because I'm just always creating content and I just like making videos. And I just really want you to all tell me that I'm so amazing because I'm just so great that I created all this content. So that's all I had to say. So listen to my podcast where I can brag about this for another 30 minutes. Oh my God, lady, shut up.
Time and the amount of people that I've coached and the amount of courses that I've created, especially because I've done it with a very balanced life, meaning I've only really worked solidly for 3 days a week during that entire time. I had very good work-life balance. I was very focused on my kids too, and still produced so
easy to not work very much when you're charging people $20,000 for garbage, allegedly, in my opinion.
much freaking content. And so this energy that I have now, this shift is more pensive. It takes more time. It's more thoughtful. It's more patient. I'm not in such a hurry to get it to you. Like, oh my God, I need to teach this to the people immediately. When you think about the promises that I made,
William, this is 1.5 speed.
To myself, it's like, if I figure this out, I'm going to share it with the world. I'm going to share it with the world immediately and make sure that I can help them. And I have. I've delivered and over-delivered and then created a new course and created another course. And so many of you have taken all my courses, taken all my programs, been involved in all of it. And now I'm at this level with my content where I'm really ready to refine it and to professionalize it in a way that it hasn't been before and still keep it fun and exciting and energized, but from a wisdom perspective at a higher.
Now that I've made over $30 million, I figured it was probably time to stop recording on my laptop webcam and invest in real recording material and like actual quality content because I realized like I'm actually rich right now. So like, why not actually put effort into the things I'm going to sell people? Because the low effort stuff actually isn't selling anymore because people are kind of catching on to my grift actually. So I figured, how am I going to get more customers? I actually have to make it look like I know what I'm talking about. So that's why I decided to go the professional route, even though up until now I've just kind of been winging it. I'm a little bit lazy if you didn't know. So we're going to try something new for 2026. So look out guys. I'm actually going to hire a real person that knows what they're doing and not just use my MacBook, but stay tuned for that.
Level refined. It's like, I feel like I've been making everybody nourishing food that we've eaten that's like really gotten us through. And now I want to make it a more refined dish. And so that is the project that I'm going to be working on over all of 2025. And I'm not going to be requiring myself to create any other content or to do any other coaching or any other teaching during that time. And I'm very excited about being able to be present for my sons, both my sons, for a year. One of the things that I've been really thinking about is, what can I do now? And this is one of the things that book, Die with a Zero, really helped me refine too. What can I do now that I'm not going to be able to do in 10 years? And one of the things that I can do now is spend a lot of time with my adult kids before they have families of their own and are really wrapped up in their lives. Like I can hang out with Christian. Like I just spent all summer with him touring Canada, and I'll be able to spend all year with him touring America this year. And there's nothing I'd rather do. I want him to live his dream, and I want to watch him live his dream. And I have the...
You're telling me my parasocial best friend, Brooke Castillo, came to Canada and didn't even say hello to me? How freaking rude. How rude.
ability to do that because of how hard I worked the whole time he was a kid. And the same with Connor, being able to travel with him like I have and be able to be present with him like I have before he, has his own kids and a very separate life with his own family. We're going to do as much family stuff as possible. And so this year is also about that for me. And that's been my priority. And my ideas are incubating inside. And then I also have a whole other business that I am going to be doing. And I'll be updating you and teaching you and telling you all about everything that I'm doing through the podcast, but it'll just be sporadically. And if there's something that I learn that's new that I want you to know, I'm definitely going to put it out here on this podcast.
And don't worry, once I build that new business, I'm then going to launch another online course teaching you how you can also start that other business that I'm starting. So stay tuned for my other new course coming, maybe not 2026, maybe it'll come in 2027. Once I have this other new business, then I'm going to be an expert in how to build that kind of business. So if you want to build the business, I'm not going to say what the business is yet, but keep it in your back pocket because you're going to want to take my course on how to build one too.
For those of you who are like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? If you're a student of mine that has been through certification, you will have your entire alumni site with all the trainings for the past 8 years in there that you'll be able to access, and all of the mastermind recordings and all of the courses that I've created and all of the certifications that I've created are all in
Not
there.
sure, Suzanne.
If you are
Not sure.
not a certified coach through me, but throughout next year, you need some type of Brooke pick me up or some kind of help, just go to the website, thelifecoachschool.com, and buy one of the courses and take the course from beginning to end and do all the exercises in the course. Do the fundamentals, do the how to feel better, do the one on buffering, do the one on money, do it in a different way than maybe you have before, because there was so much in Scholars. Just doing one course at a time might be the way for you to stay focused and to stay connected to this work over the next year. And then get ready, because I am going to invite you all to take my course, Life, in 2026. And it's going to be epic and amazing and exciting. And it's going to cover all of the important pieces of living an adult life, which is really understanding your circumstances and what they mean to you in your life and how much they matter and don't matter. And then really understanding your consciousness and your thoughts and how the meta skill of understanding your own thinking and being able to think about your own thinking and to be able to be conscious of your own self in the way that us humans are is the most profound thing that we can do to live our lives on purpose. And, the class is really going to talk about feelings and how feelings are the experience of being alive and the balance of positive and negative emotion and how to utilize that to create the life that you want and how they really are the secret to confidence and creation and success. And in this class, I'm going to talk about your behavior and how your behavior and your actions can lead you towards yourself and who you most want to be, or away from yourself, and why. Why do we do these things we don't want to do? And why don't we do the things we most want to do? This is the ultimate question, right? And so I want to really dive into that in this next course on life and make sure everybody has the knowledge that you need in order to control your own behavior, in order to obey yourself. And then we're going to...
I'm not sure. Zen Hands is saying, is she targeting Gen Zers? My impression is that she's targeting people over 50 because she said she learned this lesson when she turned 50, but maybe I just made that up.
I'm going to talk about the possibility of results. And what are the results that you really want to create in your life when you think as big as you've ever thought? And how do you want to blow your own mind in terms of what you're capable of and what you could do in this one precious life? There's something so cool about coming back here to El Dorado Hills and looking at what I have already done with my life and feeling the sense of impossible accomplishment. And I want you all to know how I did that and how you can do that too. And then
Sorry, I'm muted. I was drinking water and I didn't want to have you listen to me. Anyway, all I was saying was that Lori's comment here says, is this new course really different with her old course? I'm not familiar with her stuff. And all I said was that my understanding based on what she said here is that it's a culmination of all of her existing material, so podcast, course material, etc., put together, but rather than focusing on using it to certify people to then take that material and like teach it to someone else, it is allowing people to learn it and implement it on themselves. So it kind of like cuts out the middleman. So she's no longer like certifying coaches to then coach people. She's just teaching the people what they need to know in order to live their best life, is what I'm understanding from what she's saying. So I think it's kind of like going to be a culmination of all of the things she's already been teaching for the last however many years. Yeah, a course on how to live life, I will pass. Same.
Then we're also going to talk about relationships and how we mess up our relationships so badly because we don't have this knowledge that we need to have. And then we're going to talk in the end about evolution and your evolution as a human being and your evolution and contribution to this world. And so it's going to be an epic class. I don't know exactly the format yet. I do know that there will be materials. There will be textbooks and workbooks, and there will definitely be a lot of me. But I want to teach it in a way that's very engaging and very entertaining and very fun and delivers all the best of what I've taught. So that's life. That's like a summary of my life and what it's been like for me over the past couple months and the past 2 decades, what it's been like for the past decade on this podcast and what it's going to be like moving forward. So this next year will be quiet from me. There'll be updates on the podcast, but they're going to be spread out and we'll see how often, but I will keep you updated. And then I am going to come back with so much excitement and so much energy. And we're all going to scream when we see each other and be like, oh my God, it's been so long. How have you been? That's what it's going to be like in 2026. And we are going to get after it with a class, an epic class called Life. I hope you all have the most beautiful holiday. I hope you end this year with so much love and so much caring for yourselves and for each other. And I wish you the most beautiful 2025. I'll talk to you soon.
Hi, I'm 12. Suzanne says, oh, where did it go? Where did it go? Her podcast used to be of value. Now it's just a long infomercial. Hard agree. I used to listen to the Life Coach School podcast. I talked about this in my video where I shared my scam story. And I actually really liked the Life Coach School podcast back in, I don't know, 2018, 2017. Because she used to teach like tangible things, but then someone in the comments is saying like that's what the certification is. It's just the stuff she teaches on the podcast for free. So I'm really curious to see what's going to be in this course because, and I get it. I know that oftentimes courses, like the point of paying for it is so that you don't have to listen to 100 podcast episodes. You can get all the information you're looking for curated in one space. So I'm not crapping on that. I'm just assuming that it's going to be some like outrageous price. And I'm skeptical to know whether or not it's really worth that when she has all this content available for free. Not just any class, it's an epic class. They're all epic and life-changing and absolutely unbelievable. And you're never going to believe what is going to come from this. Okay, that was fun. Was it though? Not really. Let's be honest. What do you guys want to do next? What is our next adventure? I'm going to pull up my Google form here and see if there's anything good in here. I also have a document where I've outlined some content we could potentially do. Let's see. Hello and Merry Christmas to you. We are not rich yet, but we do have an opportunity to give away our money coming in 2026. So that gives you about a year to save your money so that you can give it all to Brooke Castillo when she launches her new course coming soon. I'm going to make sure I get an affiliate link for that course because I'm going to need it. So stay tuned. Wow. Zen Han says, I made $5 since joining this live. I sell art packs. I'm on my way to 1 million. You know what? You're probably closer than someone else in the chat, so congrats to you. I think I'm at $7, so I'm actually the richest person here in the room right now, but congratulations to you. Maybe if you believe a little harder, you can pass my revenue. Okay. Sorry, I forgot what I was doing. What else is new? Oh, this is a training. Oh, my friends. This might be good. I found a masterclass that perhaps we can watch if I haven't gotten blocked yet. Let's see. Okay, it's only available for 72 hours, but I don't even see it. Okay, I'll save this link. Let me click here. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to... What the heck in Bob? Why does it look like this? No, this is like... Okay, I already tried to get the free training. And you didn't let me. You didn't link me to where I need to go. Oh, maybe. Okay. Oh, this looks really old. 3 steps to start life coaching now. This could be good. Oh my God, Suzanne. Suzanne says, I made $9 since we've been here. Woohoo, we're getting rich. You are the richest. Teach us your secrets. Maybe I will bring you on as our next live expert, teaching us all the secret to financial freedom 2025 coming soon. We'll have to start a when you're doing like a charity fundraiser and you have the like bars on the screen, have everyone's name and then who's making the most money. Okay, how do we feel about watching our tried and true Stacey Bayman teach us 3 simple steps to starting a life coaching business? Let me know if you're interested. The secret to $9. Let's do it. Okay. I'm just going to put this here and you guys can let me know if you're interested in watching. Otherwise, we'll find something else. I got lots of things here in the old vault, if you will. How old is that training? So this was linked. It looks old. Like she looks a lot younger. But it was linked. Someone linked me to something called How to Sell Any Offer. And when I signed up for the masterclass, the link was broken. It didn't work. But then it took me to like a Act Fast bonus. And on that page, there was a link to this training. And so the Act Now bonus was 2K for 2K. So this is related to that. So I'm wondering if this is like an original 2K for 2K promo video, which would make this probably at least 6 years old, I would think. Suzanne says, I think I've watched it. I'm down to watch it again. Might have to start day drinking, though. My brain cells are dying after hearing the podcast, so why not deliver the final blow with this training? Yay. Okay. Let's go ahead and do it. Marie says, I may not have made money, but I have made Jansen, a traditional Swedish potato dish. Yum. I love a good potato. It's vintage. Yes. Let's go ahead and give it a listen. I'm already going to speed it up because this lady always talks so freaking slow. Let's go.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. I am so excited.
Okay, take
We
it
are
back.
here, day one of the Make Money as a Life Coach in 3 Simple Steps training.
Ah! Okay, skip that. Oh my God. Why is it like, what's with the music?
Into 6-figure businesses. I get emotional
Oh no, does she have music playing this whole time? That's so annoying.
thinking about it. And another 4 or 5 are getting ready to hit that mark. Like, they're so close. And so we'll be celebrating early this year their 6-figure mark. And there's something about that, like walking women into their
Okay, isn't this interesting? I know she hasn't said anything, but the title, this is curious to me. The title up here reads 3 Steps to Start Life Coaching Now. To me, this would mean, oh, I'm going to learn how to become a life coach. How can I help people? But now the training, as she's talking, is introducing us to how to make money as a life coach. In 3 simple steps. So is it 3 simple steps to start coaching or 3 simple steps to make money? Because to me, those are not the same. But it seems as though the industry in general has made this assumption that like life coaching is a way to make a ton of money when we all know the secret. It's not actually life coaching. It's coaching other coaches on how they could become a coach. Thank you so much. Shay says, sharing seasoned joy. Grab a beverage of your choice. And I made 25 cents today, but then just spent more on this super chat. So trophy. Would you look at that? I pulled back into the lead, guys. I'm at $15 now. Wow, I'm so rich. Thank you for helping me get one step closer to becoming a millionaire by 2025. That's my goal. So if you want to donate $900,000 to me to help me reach my goal, call me. I'll give you my banking information so you can wire transfer me the money directly. Thank you so much. But seriously, thank you for the super chat. I do really, really appreciate it.
Their dreams, seeing them actually realize it for themselves, see it like the confidence that they have, the energy that they start bringing to their entire life. It's insane to watch them interacting with their families on Facebook and just seeing the confidence radiate out of them. And that is really what I want for all of you. Is I really, really want for you for this year to be the year that you realize your dreams, you make your life coaching business a reality, and you take it to whatever level that you want to take it at. You know, for some of you, you might already be making money and you might be having a goal of 100,000, 200,000. And for some of you, you might be like, I just want to sign that first client and get my business finally off of the ground. It doesn't matter where you are for this training. I promise you, the goal is to get you back to the basics so that I get you taking action in an inspired way that will create the results you want to create. And I actually use this really simple process. Like, it's so simple that it almost feels like it can't be the thing that you need to do. But especially with everybody marketing, that you need the perfect dialed in funnel, and you need to be emailing your list consistently, and you've got to be saying it in this way, and you've got to be selling in this very specific thing. And it's like, none of that is actually true. You just need to do 3 simple things. We're going to talk about it over the next 5 days, but it doesn't matter where you're at in your business. This works for any, I still do it. Like, I still, sometimes when I get in my mind and it feels so complicated and like, you know, really just like I get confused and I don't know and I start spinning, I get back to the basics. It works like a charm every time. So we only have 30 minutes, so we're going to dive in. I'm going to move super quick, but we're going to hit it hardcore here for the next 30 minutes. And then we're going to.
What does that mean? We're going to hit it hardcore. Guys, welcome to my live stream. Today we're going to hit it super hardcore. So don't be don't be like weak, because we're going to hit it hardcore. This isn't just for fun and relaxing. No time for that. Hardcore or bust. Like with the background music too. It's killing me. This is killing me, guys.
Continue on the next couple of days. I also just want to invite you to tell everybody that you know about this training. If you have lots of coach friends, I know many of you have, you know, your like little groups of your accountability partners and your masterminds, let them all know about this training. It will help them, and you will be a rock star for telling everybody about it. So make sure you share it out. You can tag people. You can just like invite them to the group. You can do a bunch of different things, but get them in this group because this training is going to be amazing. Okay. So we're going to talk about making money as a life coach in 3 simple steps. So I asked you guys a question when you joined the group about what you felt like was your biggest problem or the biggest thing keeping you from making money. And so I wrote a couple of the most popular ones down. I read almost all of them. I may not have commented yet, but I read almost all of them. And I promise.
Straight out of Brooke Castillo's mouth. I read almost all of your comments, but I didn't respond to all of them because I don't have time for that, guys. I only work 3 days a week. What do you expect me to do?
You, every single thing that you're struggling with right now is really truly going to be answered in this training, which is really fun. But these are the top things that most of you said is keeping you from making money. You don't know, or you're confused about your niche. You don't have clear messaging. And let me just say, actually, I went too fast past the niche thing. That is the number one thing that I get from life coaches telling me that they can't make money is because they don't have a defined niche.
Or maybe they can't make money because there's actually not enough demand for life coaching. Not as much as you guys want to sell me that there is, because obviously then I wouldn't buy your course to learn how to grow my life coaching business if I believed or I knew the truth that not that many people are looking for life coaching. But it's the niche, guys. It's the niche. It's not the fact that nobody wants what I'm selling. It's the fact that I just don't know my niche yet.
I love this quote by Jack Canfield. I actually think I talk about it in either episode 1 or episode 2 of the new Make Money as a Life Coach podcast. Jack Canfield said in his book, Success Principles, if you haven't read it, it was one of my favorite reads ever. But he talks about how for everything that you think is a problem for you, for every single problem, no matter how big it is, there has been somebody else who had that problem and went out and succeeded anyways, solved it, figured it out, or moved beyond it and didn't even.
Sean, welcome to the stream. We currently have a running total of anyone who's made money in the chat. So far, we have 25 cents, $5, $9, and $15. Let us know how much money you've made since 4 p.m. Pacific, and I will put you on the leaderboard. Welcome. And yes, I'm speaking in an announcer voice this whole stream, apparently.
Even think it was a problem. And so there is always, like, we always think there's something that's the big reason why we can't make money, but I am the person to tell you that the person that Jack Canfield was talking about who had this issue and still went out and made money. I made $100,000 without properly defining my niche. I got clearer and clearer about it as I went, but my first 5, 6 clients, I would say my first 6 clients, 7 clients, I just was talking about I'm a life coach and I help people get results. I was signing professional athletes who wanted help losing weight. I signed business owners who wanted help just help managing their team of network marketing professionals. I had people come to me who just wanted a life coach. Like they just knew they were meant for more and they just wanted something different. So this is never, ever, ever the thing that should keep you from making money. It didn't keep me from.
No. Monica says, do they take into consideration market saturation? So many people are teaching the same thing and doing the same thing. Does not sound profitable. No, they do not, because if they spoke about market saturation, you would not buy their online course.
Making money. And I have another coach who just hit 6 figures and she just now defined her niche as well. She was just marketing herself as a life coach. So that really doesn't.
Oh my God. Suzanne just made another $10. Let's hear it. Congratulations. She takes the lead. She's at $19 in case nobody else was keeping score. So we are getting rich here tonight, let me tell you.
Have to be your story if you want to let it go. Like you could let it go today. If you just didn't want to carry the niche story as your reason why you can't make money, you could just.
Wait. I missed this message. Sean actually is in the lead with $23.67.
Raise your hand if you want to get rich.
So, Suzanne, you still got a little bit more work to do. Good luck.
Just opt out of that story right here, right now, because it doesn't have to be true. But some of you think it's just because your messaging isn't clear enough and your clients are.
Okay, sorry, I'm all over the place. I missed these comments. Harrison, I was actually wondering the same thing when she said that. He says, why would a professional athlete hire a life coach to lose weight? Signed, a confused athletic trainer. As soon as she said that, I was like, wait, did I hear that correctly? If I'm a professional athlete and I need to lose weight, wouldn't I hire a personal trainer? I'm confused. Or a dietitian?
Confused, and that's why they're not reaching out to you. I was just coaching one of my clients on that yesterday. She thinks that's her reason. And I was telling her, like, when you think one of these things is your problem, here is the problem. Here's what happens. When you think one of these things is the problem, your brain goes to try to start solving it. So it takes you into this like tunnel of solving a problem and focusing on solving a problem. And so you spend all this time and energy solving a problem that isn't even a problem. I want you guys to think about that. How often, take a second, whatever your thing is on this list, whether it's sales, finding clients, lead generation, whether it's marketing, whether it's because you think that the reason you're not making more money is because you have a full-time job, because you're judging yourself all the time and you're just being mean to yourself. That was on there. Whatever it is, your niche, right? You don't know who you're going to work with. How much time, get really honest, every day, every week, do you spend trying to solve this problem? I'm going to like open your eyes a little bit. Because time is also probably one that should be on here. What's keeping you from making money? Let's write that down. Let's write time. That's another big one I get. I just don't have the time to make more money because I have all these other things going on in my life. So I just couldn't possibly. So I see, oh, I love Tina, mind blown. Listen, we're 9 minutes in and we've already been blowing minds. This training is going to be awesome. Stay tuned. Okay. Basically all day, every day. Yeah, all of the time. Let's see. I lay awake.
Sean says, I'm actually a former professional athlete. This is insane. We would never do this. Exactly. I'm like, something doesn't make any sense. Find your niche equals list every niche possible that exists. She's not qualified to help. Make it make no sense. Step 1 to becoming a life coach is to solve the problem. I don't understand what this has to do with being a simple step to start a life coaching. I don't know. I'm as lost as everyone else. Just want to put that on the record. Oh my God. Harrison just took the lead. A client just Venmoed me $45. He is now at the top of the pyramid.
It's not a pyramid scheme. It's not even a scheme per se.
It's not really a scheme per se, but we got $45, $24, $19, $15, $5.25. So if you want to be included on the Get Rich Pyramid, not a pyramid scoreboard, drop how much money you've made since 4 p.m. Pacific in the chat.
Awake thinking about it at night. Yep, I used to do that too. Hours. All right. Every day. Okay. So
I have heard of Courtney Saunders. She has a pretty big YouTube channel, I believe.
Literally the only reason I asked you this question is because I want to show you how, one of the things when I teach these 3 simple steps, one of the things that people give me as a reason they can't do them is time. And I want to offer that as we go through this training, if you took all of the time that you try to spend figuring all of this out, I'm talking about trainings to learn new copy. I'm talking about like getting coaching, the time you spend getting coaching on your niche, the time that you spend, like spinning on how do I find clients, the time that you spend like complaining about your full-time job and how you don't have time, the time that you spend like doing all of these things could be directed to what actually will make you money.
Oh,
or
shit.
network.
Whoops, I just skipped ahead. But I just wanted to see, did she not say that lead generation? Yeah, lead generation is on this list. Finding clients keeps you from making money. Don't you need to do lead generation in order to make the money? How are you going to close the clients if you didn't find them in the first place? That doesn't make any sense. Oh my goodness. Cooked the eggs for deviled eggs. 27. I don't know what that is in Canadian dollars. I got to do the conversion so I can tell you guys. Oh, I got to sneeze. How rich I am. Thank you so much, Marie. That is so kind of you. Let's see. I am Canadian. $3.50. So that puts me at $18.50. Thank you so much. We are getting rich tonight, my friends.
See, this question is because I want to show you how, one of the things when I teach these 3 simple steps, one of the things that people give me as a reason they can't do them is time. And I want to offer I know that
Sorry, I'm so confused. I don't know where I accidentally skipped to. Not that it matters. Let's just start here.
people telling them I'm a life coach and making offers to help them. That is it. All right, so here are the 2 reasons that you aren't making money. Because here's the biggest issue. Before I dive into this, this is the biggest issue. And I tell this all the time, and I really hope you take this to heart. I saw this on Shark Tank once, and it is 100% true. And from then on, I've been telling everybody about it. And I want you guys, as homework, go watch an episode of Shark Tank. Seriously, go watch an episode of Shark Tank and watch how the entrepreneurs get in the tank and get incredible advice and then don't listen to it and argue back with it and aren't open to receiving it. And I was watching an episode where someone was up pitching and all of the sharks were giving amazing information. And the person that was pitching was like, no, but that's not my problem. Like the sharks were offering to help with this and with this and with this. And they were like, if you do this, you're going to scale to millions. And they're like, no, but that's not really the issue. And the issue is, and Barbara said, the problem that all entrepreneurs face is they're too close to their own problem to really see it. And this is what I see all coaches face. You're too close to your own business. You're too close to your own mind drama. You're too
Oh, this mic is driving me loco. Like, why are we talking like this? Sorry, I had to do it.
close to the actual problem for you to see it. So it might really feel like to you it's the niche, but from my perspective, I always tell my clients, it's like a coach, when you're working with a coach, it's like you're at the bottom of the mountain and the coach is at the top of the mountain, especially if they've done what you want to do like 10 times over. And they have a different perspective. And from the top of the mountain, looking down, I'm like, it's never the niche. It's never that or any of the other things that were on that list. Okay, so here are the only 2 reasons that you aren't making money. You're either doing the 3 steps, meet as many people as possible, tell them you're a life coach, and making offers to help them. You're either doing that wrong, so you're actually going out and meeting people, and you're actually interacting with people online, but you're, unbeknownst to you, you're being the creepy salesperson. And here's how you know you're the creepy salesperson. Are you ready? I'm going to tell you. You don't even have to I don't want you to try to say that you're not. Like in this training, I want you to let go of trying to be perfect at doing things or trying to be a great coach. Like just be a crazy student for a second. Just let all your mind drama out and let yourself get really real with yourself. How you know you're doing it wrong is if you're going out to meet people to try to find clients. So you're going to networking events, you're showing up in Facebook groups, you're doing live streams in order to find clients, to get clients. And so everything that you do is like, I'm only like, you think about networking events and you're meeting people and you're like, how do I transition this person into my trying to.
Oh my God, I keep clicking around. This stupid video player sucks. I don't understand why we're crapping on going to networking events to get clients. Like, that's literally a way to get clients. I don't get it. Thank you so much. Sean says half is to get you rich and the other half is for Bubba. Bubba is working hard, my guy. Look at this dude. He is living the life. Thank you so much for the super chat.
It sounds like a get-rich-quick scheme.
Yes, thank you. You will get rich quick. We all will.
We're all getting rich tonight. So that puts me at, I lost count, 3, 18, 50, 19, $22. I'm catching up to you, Sean. You better look out because I did come to play. So one step closer to a millionaire. Thank you so much.
To convert people in the group. And I would show up in the group and I would just my goal, this was my goal. I just want to have fun. I want to help people. And I want to just offer value. I want to I want to put skin in the game.
I just want to offer value. I just want to do that. Okay. It's just oh my God.
Offer up things. So I would go into this group and anything I'd been struggling with, I would talk about. I would talk about the lessons I just learned, the aha moments I just had. I would share all of my struggles, my failures, what I was doing in my business, what was working, what wasn't working. I just played full out as a participant of someone who genuinely wanted to meet people and make connections. And guess what happened? People started friending me from that group and people started hiring me from that group. They started joining my trainings and coming to my webinars and all kinds and following my podcast, jumping on my email list. And then they started working with me. But it wasn't because I was in that group trying to find clients. I was in there offering value and participating and genuinely just wanting to meet new people. Right? So that's the difference. So the other reason that you are not making money is either you're doing it wrong or you're just not doing it all.
Okay, but is it offering genuine value if you're only in the group to then hopefully convert those people into clients? Because to me, that doesn't seem genuine if you have an ulterior motive as to why you're being so helpful.
You're just sitting in your house all day, doing laundry, I don't know, spinning, self-coaching yourself. I have so many coaches that they're like, I self-coached all day. And I'm like, that's not going to make you any money. Stop self-coaching all day. Stop self-coaching all day. You got to make money. You got to go out and meet people to make money. So if you're just sitting around at your house and you're not even you're not telling anyone you're a life coach, how you know this is you is if you feel drama about posting any coachy stuff on your private page. I've worked with hundreds of life coaches. I know all the stuff y'all go through. But comment below if that's you. If you're terrified to be constantly posting on your personal page. If you're still worried about what your friends and family think about you, if you're still worried about what your colleagues at work think about you, if you're still in the realm where you're worried about people thinking anything about you and your new business, you're just not doing it at all, right? And how I know this is because you're afraid to post on.
But why am I posting on my personal page? My friends and my family shouldn't be my clients, right? Sure, maybe some of them will eventually become clients, but my target audience shouldn't be my friends and family. That's not a business if only your friends and family are buying from you. No offense. If that's the case for your business, it's great that you have friends and family that want to support you, but a sustainable business is built by getting strangers to buy what you're selling, not your friends and your family. And so you shouldn't actually feel obligated at all to have to post on your personal page. I don't post really anything about my business on my personal Facebook, for example, because those people aren't really here to see what kind of stupid little videos I'm making on the internet. And if they want to see it, they can follow me on my business page.
On your personal page. That's me. Yep, me. Yep. Nothing on personal page. By the way, I get tons of questions about personal page, business page. Listen, here's what I'll say. I'm not an expert in that. But
exactly, Suzanne. Suzanne says, I'm not worried. It's just that my private page is for my life, not my business. Exactly. My friends and family want to see pictures of my dog. They don't want to see my dumb little face. Let's be serious.
what I will tell you is most of my stuff is on my personal page. The only reason I have a business page is because I run Facebook ads and they use that page to link it up. And then I want there to be some content on that page when people find me. If you found me through a Facebook ad, that's the only reason I use my business page as of now. I'm going to get more consistent with that when I start running ads. But if you're not running paid ads, which I don't think for this process, you do not need to do that.
This is actually interesting though, because it's triggering memories. And I don't know why I didn't include this in my story. I did a video during the 12 days of Coachmas where I talk about my entire scam story. And the second coach that I hired, one of the strategies she would get us to use is to go on our personal Facebook and add 50 to 100 new friends every single day on our personal Facebook, and essentially use our personal Facebook page as a means of promoting our business, because Facebook gives you more reach on a personal page than a business page. And so in doing that, I did have to get over this mentality of like, my friends and my family are going to see what I'm posting here, because I was essentially using my personal Facebook as a business page, which now I'm just like, that doesn't make any sense. That's not the purpose here. So I guess that's kind of what this is promoting. Same idea.
Like I did that scaling my business to $1 million. So other than that, I did everything on my personal page. In fact, I remember getting a business page and feeling like, oh, now I'm a professional businesswoman, and nobody came to it. No one. And so you got to go where the people are. The people are on your personal page. So if you're having drama about your personal page, this is how I know that this is where you're at. And you could be doing a good mix of both. So you could be self-coaching yourself all day to get off the couch. And then you finally get out and you feel this desperation to meet a client. And you're just like trying to, like, you're at a networking event, or you're at, in a Facebook group, and you're just like trying so hard to show up as an authority, to make great connections, to meet clients. And I see that, like, this happens even with my clients. They'll go, I went to a networking event and none of the people were my ideal clients. We're going to talk about that in this training this week, let me assure you. But that again tells you that you're in one of these two things. If you're like, oh, I went to this networking event and it didn't lead to meeting a single client, it's not even the purpose of networking events. I'm going to talk about that this week, but just know that's not actually the purpose of meeting people. All right, so we already covered this. I got a little bit ahead of myself, but trying to find clients is the biggest reason why you're not making money. You're trying to find clients, or you don't actually believe you're a coach. So this is what I want you guys to leave with today. This is actually the whole thing. If we go back,
this is the whole
these
thing.
two
We're
things.
20
What
minutes
keeps
in,
you doing it
and we're just getting to the whole thing. Pardon?
wrong, or what keeps you not doing it all, is you don't actually believe you're a coach. And here's how I know this. Because I, as a 7-figure coach, when I walk around the world and people ask what I do, which happens.
Absolutely agree. Erin says, I've worked really hard to keep my personal Facebook page as small as possible. When I moved to Vancouver, I left my hometown after living there for almost 30 years. I went on the biggest purge Facebook has ever seen. And I deleted, I think, 1,000 people. Bye. Don't ever try and contact me. Even though I'm all over the internet. My Facebook page is a very private space for people that I actually want to talk to. So I feel this.
Happens actually all the time. My response is super simple. I'm a life coach. And then I keep it moving. And then if they ask me, oh, what do you do? And I'm like, well, I'm a life coach.
Yeah, Zenhan says, to be fair, this is an older video, so maybe Facebook was better then. Yeah, I think this video is probably from around that time frame, so that I was talking about earlier. Like when I worked with that coach, it would have been 2019. And Facebook was like a big lead generator then. Like we were adding people, that's when Facebook groups were really popular. That period from like 2016 to 2020, I would say. Methods like this might have worked, but even then it was still icky.
That works with other life coaches. I help them make money. And then that's it. Because I'm not trying to sell them. I'm just engaging with them. Like there's no part of me, like in my mind as a coach who makes lots of money, I have a very specific group of people I work with. So the whole world isn't my client. So I'm not out there trying to turn every conversation with a barista at Starbucks into a conversion to a client. Nor am I trying to even do it when like the lead banker at Chase is talking to me and like trying to pull information out. I'm like, dude, I can't work with you. Like I don't work with guys. And I only work with life coaches, right? So like the mindset is completely different when you actually believe you are a coach. So here's how you know if you actually believe you are a coach. Can you believe you are a coach if you are not even certified yet? Kelly, I love that question. I actually did get certified as a coach. However, not all life coaches get certified. Do you guys know that certification is just like a made up thing? Like a life coach just decides to create a certification program and then creates a label and says, here, you get my stamp of approval. You now are certified through my coaching technique.
Isn't she a life coach school certified coach? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Stacy trained under Brooke. So, are we talking smack about our Lord and Savior leader, Brooke Castillo? I simply cannot believe it.
That only helps for people who are following, like a coach who has a huge following, and people that love that coach and can't work with that coach want to work with the other people who are certified through that coach, who match that method, right? Like a Tony Robbins coach or a Byron Katie coach or a Martha Beck coach or a Brooke Castillo coach. Like those are just like people who have offered a certification saying you are certified in my method and you can teach my method, but you don't have to be certified to be a coach. And this, I really want you guys to like open your minds, because some of you are probably in this training and you're in a certification program right now and you're waiting to make offers and be a coach until you get certified, right? And I really want to offer that you don't need to do that. In fact,
that's just your imposter syndrome speaking. So if you've been waiting to get your certification before you can coach anybody, just do it recklessly. I mean, I don't need experience to be a doctor. I can just tell people I'm a doctor, and then they'll come to my house and I'll get a scalpel off Amazon and I'll just perform a surgery because I decided that it's fine. So it's fine, guys. It's fine. You want to be a life coach? Just call yourself a life coach. No problem whatsoever.
My first coach that I hired before I ever did a certification program was a coach, and she was not certified. And I worked with her for 3 years. And it was the most transformational coaching I ever did. It changed my life, and I never once gave a shit if she was certified. I never even asked her. I really want you guys to think about this. These are the reasons, like these are the things I want you to notice whenever you're talking about, like when you're thinking about like, oh, I'm in certification, like I'm a baby coach. I always hear that too. I'm a baby coach. When you think I am a baby coach, I really want you to think about this. And then you're going out to meet people in the world and you're live streaming and you're engaging in Facebook groups and you're sending emails to your list, but your predominant thought, the way that you
Now we're talking, Suzanne. Next business opportunity. Email me. Let's go.
identify yourself as I'm a baby coach, what are you going to get as results? Baby results. You're going to get people who are maybe willing to work with you for free. Maybe. The people who want to, like, I want you guys to think about your clients. Like, they don't want to hire a
Yeah, guys, people want to hire experts. So all you have to do is just call yourself an expert. No experience necessary. No certifications required. You get to decide that you are an expert. So all you got to do, hear me out. Get your pen and paper ready, guys. Pick what you're going to be an expert in. Just pick it in your brain. Step number 2, get a pen and paper. Write down 5 things or go on ChatGPT and ask, if I was an expert in, type in whatever you're an expert in, what would be the 5 things I need to know? Make note of those 5 things. Go on YouTube, watch YouTube videos about those 5 different things so that you know what they are and you know about them. Next, open your Instagram, take a selfie, maybe like a little video, do some B-roll, put your phone on the windowsill and pretend you're typing on your laptop. And then you're going to put some text on the screen about how you became an expert in that topic. Obviously, you're not going to mention that you just watched 5 YouTube videos. You're going to create some sort of like sob story. So I used to be poor and broke and I was hungry and starving. And then I just became really rich because I'm an expert in XYZ. Comment course, and then you're going to link people to your online course where you teach them how they can also become an expert in that. That's how you're going to do it. Okay. Hope that helps. And let me know how much money that made you. I'll take 10% commission of all of your sales in 2025. Thank you so much.
A baby coach. They want to hire a coach. And you can be that coach, whether you've been certified, whether you're new, it doesn't matter. Like literally anybody can call themselves a life coach. Your biggest issue is just believing you are a coach. That's it. The moment that you believe you're a coach, like really truly believe you're a paid life coach or health coach or whatever, you will make money. People will literally start showing up. It's like the saying, if you build it, they will come.
If you fake it, they will pay you.
If you build your belief, they will come. Promise you. So your job, your only job in doing those 3 simple things, the whole reason, the whole point of me teaching you the 3 things, this is the whole point, is to create belief and attract clients to you. It's not for you. Meeting people, telling them you're a life coach and making offers to help is not so that you find clients. I want you guys to, like, it's a really small distinction. We're going to talk about it a lot tomorrow. But the goal of meeting as many people as possible, telling them you're a life coach and making offers to help them is not so that you find clients. It's so that you attract them to you. I also want to blow your mind just a little bit in the fact that I made $100,000 as a life coach, my first full year as a coach. And I only reached out to one person personally ever. One person that I felt so compelled I couldn't not offer. We had such a connection, I couldn't not offer her something. She was the only person, and it was like a compulsion. I've got to tell her I could help her. Everybody else came to me. Everybody else.
Zenhan says, I just manifested my own life coach certification. Done. Who wants to work with me? Courses start at 6666. I actually need to know what you're an expert in and why you're an expert. So if you could put together a little fake paragraph explaining your expertise so that I'm convinced to buy, I might just do it.
So I want you to think about that. When you create a strong belief that you are a coach, people will come to you. That's the way that it works. People will know that you're truly open and ready for business. So until you are making tons and tons of money, and even then, if you're on this training and you're making $100,000, your next goal is belief that you're a $250,000 coach, that you're a 7-figure coach. It's the same exact work. Believing you're a paid coach, believing you're a 6-figure coach, and you can take any of these. If you've made no money, you can decide, I'm going to be a $100,000 coach, and I'm going to start showing up like a $100,000 coach, and I'm going to think the way a $100,000 coach would think. Here's how you know where you are if you have actually created belief that you're a coach, is if you're telling the entire world, if you're all over your Facebook page, if you're in networking groups, if you're showing up, that's how you know. It's a good indicator. And if it just rolls off the tongue, complete confidence. And Here's how you know. If you don't feel the need to prove it to anyone, if you don't feel the need to explain it to someone, like, oh, I'm a life coach, let me explain what that means. I'm going to tell you what that means. Like, if you just don't feel the need to answer to anyone and you just say, yeah, I'm a life coach, that's what I do. If you feel confident saying that, how you also know if you have deep belief that you're a life coach is the way that you think other people think about you being a life coach. What do you think they think when you say it? I'm actually going to talk about this like a lot through the training, but one of the biggest purposes of going to live networking events with real humans is so that you can say you're a life coach and get really conscious and aware of what you think the other person is thinking when you say it. That will show you what you really believe. I went to so many networking events and the whole purpose of it was to create belief. That was it. Because I knew that clients weren't going to be coming from those networking events. Those networking events were for me to become a coach. So I want you to think about this. Step one, meeting as many people as possible. The whole purpose of that, the whole reason for it.
So all you have to do to make money as a life coach is become so delusional in your belief in yourself. And that's it. That's it, guys. You don't have to be a good coach. You don't have to have a certification. You don't even have to know what you're doing. All you have to do is believe that you know what you're doing and convince other people to give you their money. That's it. That's all. The training's over.
The whole like idea behind it is for you to use the space of networking to become a coach. You don't become a coach in a certification program. Let me be so clear. You don't become a coach in a certification program. You become a coach in your mind. You become a coach by being one. You become a coach by thinking like one.
You can become a millionaire by joining the millionaire membership and believing that you are a millionaire. Just ask anyone. Ask anyone in the membership right now. The ones that aren't millionaires yet are because they didn't believe hard enough. So don't ask those ones. But yes, the Salulu is to be Delulu. That is what we are learning.
And the way that you're going to do that is these 3 simple steps. And you can do them all the time. And if you do them consistently all throughout 2020, you will start making money as a life coach. And
Okay, so this must be from 2019. So keep in mind this training is 5 years old, but still.
won't take you all year. It'll happen sometimes in an instant. It can happen the moment. And here's why. I'm going to leave you guys with this. We're a little bit over, but I'm going to leave you guys with this.
Be it. This is so good. Become. Be it, and it becomes you. And it comes to you.
This is the craziest drawing ever. You're going to have to forgive me. I am like not the world's greatest artist. Okay. So here's you. Okay. And this is like these little thought bubbles. If you guys can see this, this is your belief right here. Whatever you actually believe, not what you want to believe, but whatever you actually believe spits you out into results in the world. So like these right here, all these little, like, I made these little, like, I wanted them to be like tunnels. Like they send you into different tunnels. Like if you've ever played that game, whatever it is, where the ball drops and it's like you win something if it goes into the right tunnel and it goes all the way down the tunnel and then spits out something. If you've ever played that game, I don't remember what it is or what it's called, but this is the idea of this. These are all little directions that you can go in life. These are all different results that are available to you. I want you to think about all of these results are already available in the world. Okay, so hang with me for 1 second. So like right here, this is the people that I drew right here. This is like the result of lots of clients coming to you. Okay, I want you to imagine or think about the idea that these people are already available to you right now. They're already in the world. Like there are 100 people right now looking for life coaches that and would be drawn and attracted to you. Not like 100 people total in the world, like 100 people for each of you, 1,000 people for each of you. Maybe you just need to even go into like, there are 5 people. There are 5 people right now in your network or know someone within your network, 6 degrees of separation. There are 5 people out there in the world who are looking right now for a change and you are the right person to help them and they're already here. But you don't have access to them until your thought spits you out into that result, until your beliefs aligns you with this direction, until it lines you up with this instant. I learned this from Joe Dispenza. He talks about how every scenario that you could ever dream up is already available in the world. You just have to align with it. And aligning with it can be the smallest shift ever. And what I mean by that is like, I remember the moment I aligned with this, like the actual thought that created it for me. I was driving on a road trip through Utah And I had the thought come over me. I was like listening to an audiobook, keeping my mind focused on positive things and, making money as a coach. And I was just focused on like bettering myself and creating my belief as a life coach. And it just washed over me that clients were coming. Like they were there and they were about to come to me. And from that,
and because I believed it to be true, it became true. And then I became so stinking rich. So that's how it works, guys. It worked for me. It'll work for you.
It was like the next day for the next 8 weeks, I signed 16 clients back to back to back for year-long agreements. And I had made $18,000 at the beginning of the first 6 months of the year. And then the next 6 months, I made $130,000 in 6 months. It was just that my belief of me being a coach, like I had really struggled with, like I was telling myself the same things you guys are telling yourself. I'm a baby coach. I'm brand new. I'm not doing it right. Maybe I'm not meant to do this. Like maybe this isn't for me. I was saying all the things. I was like going through all of the mind drama. And then I had this thought like, no, they're already there and they're coming. Like I know it. They're coming. Like I've been showing up. I've been doing the work. They're coming. And all of a sudden they started coming. And it wasn't really all of a sudden. I've been doing these 3 steps for like a year straight. And I had like 6 or 7 clients, but they started flowing when I really stepped into the belief. So you're going to sign clients before you're stepped into your full belief. But the more.
This is such BS, in my opinion. Belief is part of the puzzle. I've said this so many times. Yeah, you have to believe that you're capable of doing something. But just because you believe something doesn't mean it's going to happen. Like that's not how the real world works. I can believe that I should be a millionaire by tomorrow. And I could believe that with my whole chest. But am I going to wake up tomorrow and be a millionaire just because I believed it? No, I'm not. Or the probability is very, 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 very low.
The more you believe, the more money you will make. The money.
Yeah, this is called delusion. Exactly, Mandy. Agreed.
That you make is a direct result of how much you believe. Like there's no even arguing about it. Like some people will try to tell me, no, but I really do believe I'm a coach. And I'm like, how much money are you making? That tells me. It's a measurable result how much money you're making. Okay, so here's what I want to offer you as we end this up today. This is you right here and what you'll be thinking as you meet loads of people.
Magical thinking for
and
sure.
Your goal is to use these people to help you to believe that you're a coach. That's your goal. Use these loads of people to help you believe that you're a life coach. We're going to talk tomorrow about how you do that. But you're going to use these people to change your belief, okay? This right here is you. This is like a horrible drawing, but this is you sitting on your couch. And like, I want you to just imagine what you would be thinking if you were meeting hundreds of people telling them you're a life coach versus if you were sitting on your couch meeting no one. Who has a bigger chance of getting through creating this result, inputting themselves into this scenario in the world? Obviously, the person that's out there meeting as many people as possible. All right, so tomorrow we're going to dive into what it really looks like and how you use these people in order to help you create your belief. It's super simple. And at the end of it, you're going to know exactly what you need to be doing.
Exactly. Nothing Defined says there are other factors. Are you personable and skilled? Is there a market? Are you available in the right medium to meet the right market? Exactly this. I talked about this in the reaction video I did. It would have come out yesterday, where I'm reacting to the How to Become a Life Coach video. And in that video, I explain how so many times, specifically in coaching, people want to manufacture a solution to a problem that doesn't actually exist. No one is seeking out how to up-level their life or how to believe harder or whatever it is. Sure, maybe some people are, but there is not enough market demand, statistically speaking, for there to be a market for thousands of people to become a life coach, to coach people through that. And so, again, it doesn't matter if I believe that I'm the best coach in the whole world and I have all the skills and experience needed to help everyone coach themselves to their ultra next level life. That doesn't matter. If there's no market or nobody wants coaching as a means of solving that problem, like, it doesn't matter how hard I believe in myself, it's not going to make any money.
At every single second of the day, you're going to always know. There's never going to be like, I'm confused. I don't know. What should I be doing? There's not going to be any of it. If you're a baby coach, if you're still in certification, you're no longer going to be asking
maybe your real belief in yourself can come from having actual skills and experience. You would think, okay, I'll let her finish and then we can discuss.
Yourself. Well, should I be signing clients? What should I be focused on? What should I be doing? You're going to know by the end of this training. It's going to give you the most clarity you've ever had in your business. And I cannot wait. So I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great day.
Ugh, that music is horrible. Okay. Move this back. Wrong way. Hello. Oh, Bubba knocked over the pillow. Sleepy baby. Oh my God, you're so cute. He's still alive, in case you were wondering. Okay, let's see. Manifestation update. Client just Venmoed me $120. Do the work, gang. Step into the belief. Guys, Harrison is out believing all of us this evening. I, so far, have only believed myself to, I think, where was I? $23? $22? Sean still in second place at $24. We've got Suzanne at $19. And Zen Hands is at $5. Three Flamingos is at 25 cents. So, if I forgot you, I'm sorry. But Harrison is by far the closest to becoming a millionaire. Live on stream. You heard it here first. All you got to do is believe. Believe and you can achieve. That is the motto. Huge difference between having confidence in your skills and pretending you have skills. To believe you are something you are not is completely nuts and delusional. I would have to agree. Festivus miracle. Absolutely it is. Oh my God. I got a refund back from a software/scam that didn't work after PayPal found in favor from a lodged claim up $499. And a new one takes the lead. Congratulations. Proud of you for taking the lead. Now you're at $4.99 and 25 cents. So congrats. I remember watching this module and being so confused. I don't blame you because that made literally 0 sense allegedly, in my opinion. Amy says, I'm negative $7 during the stream because of the super chats I sent. Well, my wallet thanks you. Your loss is my gain. Oh my God. Oh no. Ocean Gate also believed to be an expert in submarine building, and we all know how that turned out. Oh, awful. I still have not made anything. But I just checked my Venmo and I've been selected for a $200 bonus offer. No impact to your credit score. Yikes. You have to spend money to make money, Amy. Ain't that the truth? Oh, it sounds like we have a visitor at the door. Let's see who's here. I'll be right back. Hi, baby dog. Do you want to come say hello to my friends? This is my baby dog. I got a baby dog. Oh, here she comes. Do you have anything to say? This is baby Bluetooth. She says, hello, everybody. Hello. Oh, you're so cute. Corgi. She was crying outside the door, and now she's like, she doesn't even want to be here. Hi, baby girl. Were you having a little nappy? You want to see the butt? I will exploit my dog's butt for the internet. This is a corgi butt. She's kind of heavy. I'm going to put her on the floor. Ooh. Nice to see you. Have a good day. She's like, how do I get out of here? Very cute. Oh, sorry, baby. Bubby's just very sleepy. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. That was fun. Let me see. Bubba is now in charge. Yeah, Bubba was hosting the stream for a second. He's not very good at his job. We might have to take him into a performance review. I'd kiss the money goodbye, but PayPal finally came through, so it was like earning, even though I was an idiot for falling for a cloned software. You know what? Happens to the best of us. I have made some very foolish purchases in my day, that is for sure. Yeah, thank you, Amy says. Corky butt shakes. She's just like wandering in circles now. Hi, baby. Bluetooth. Now you're $9 in the hole, so hopefully you get a return on that investment soon. I will be thinking positive thoughts for you and your bank account, Amy, this holiday season. All hail Bluetooth, Lord of the Pyramid. Actually, Bubba is in charge. Bluetooth is his minion. Hi, sweetie. Oh my God, she's so freaking cute. She's really annoying, but she's very cute. Try and see if I can get this down to her level. Oh, sorry, sweetie. I scared her. Bluetooth, come back. Here, baby. What's this? I got snacks. Now we're talking. Okay, sit. Oh, yes. Chomp, chomp, chomp. So cute. That's it. All gone. Oh, she's really cute. The dogs were my ROI. Yes, they were. Indeed. Are we rich yet? Can we believe our way to being rich? Unfortunately, I mean, it worked a little bit. I made about $25, so maybe you guys just got to believe a little harder. If you want to learn how to make $25 too, buy my online course and I will teach you my secrets. Okay, friends. I mean, I have time if we want to look at something else. Otherwise, we can wrap it up here. I don't have a game plan, so we're just kind of rolling with the punches. Does anyone have anything good? Let's believe. Believe and you can achieve. Now that we've taken a little intermission to stare at my dog. Do you want out of the room? I can call your dad to come get you. She's just like, how do I get out of here? And she's back. Okay. I'd have a Christmas miracle if someone could guide this Gen X how to properly tag /@ people in the chat on YouTube. It honestly depends. I find that sometimes if I'm on like certain devices, it works, and then other times it doesn't. Like sometimes from my phone, it doesn't always work, but if I'm watching on my laptop, then it does. So a lot of the times I will just like @ and then type their name and it doesn't actually tag them. Yeah, it doesn't work on my phone. We feel richer, and that's what counts in the end. The feeling is the secret. Yeah, you know what? Even if your bank account doesn't show that you're a millionaire, as long as you believe you are, that's truly what matters, because it's about the beliefs you made along the way and not the actual wealth you generated. Okay, so it must be a YouTube thing because Aaron is saying I can only do it from my laptop. So you need to manifest a new laptop and then you'll be able to tag people in the chat. Hello. Bubba's also sitting super proper right now with his little feet over the edge. Hi, buddy. Tough day at the office, eh? Someone's got to work around here. Okay. Well, I got nothing else. So if nobody's got anything, I mean, I have a whole thing, but we can save that for another day. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your support over the 12 days of Coachmas. And yes, the real riches are the downline we commiserate with along the way. Ain't that the truth? I hope that each of you receives $100,000 in cash for Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. Perhaps you celebrate Kwanzaa or Hanukkah or some other denomination of a holiday. I hope that when you open any gifts, it's filled with $100,000 cash. If you want it to be, all you have to do is close your eyes and believe. Everyone, have a great day, night, weekend, whenever you're watching this video. Happy Coachmas, Merry Christmas, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, take care. Pablo says, Merry Christmas. I do. Take care. Comb your hair. You want to do it? You can do it.
Take care. Comb your hair, and see you
In
the next one.
Bye.
Bye.